Hello Capricorns, thank you so much for coming for your wealth and abundance reading. My name is Ajua, the mystical deity. Forgive me if you're hearing my washer making noise in the background, alright? Okay, thank you all so much for being here. I'm very grateful. I want to say thank you for my subscribers, your constant dedication and sharing of your energies with me. I appreciate you in helping me grow in this channel. You know, for those of you who've been watching and forgetting to subscribe or not subscribing, I urge you to support this channel because this is my life work, and so I am here to be of service, and it is very, very encouraging to me when I am getting the response from you that you like it through being a subscriber, liking and sharing. So I'm deeply grateful for that. If you can do that for me, I would be very happy. The next thing is that I'm starting my free personal reading for each, for one person a month, starting next week. I'm starting actually this week, but I'll announce it next week. Okay, so this is you need to be commenting, you need to be liking, sharing, and you need to be subscribed in order to get a free reading from me. Depending on how I feel, I'll know what to do moving forward, my Capricorns. Thank you all so much. Now let's look at your reading, your wealth and abundance reading. Okay, now my Capricorns, what I'm starting out with the spiritual keys that you need. Okay, nothing is gonna happen like it's meant to be if it's not coming from within. A lot of times, our destinies are already written, and it is not a lot of times. Our destinies, most of the times, most part of our destiny and how to make money, and especially how to make money, how we're gonna live and all that is pre-written, and but the difference between those who can make it and make it happen and those who maybe don't get it so great, or whatever, don't understand and just go through life, is they don't have the knowledge, they don't have the keys to unlock what sets them free and what makes them have this completeness of whatever it is that they want in their lives. So when it comes to finances, definitely your higher self and spirit, knowing that in this 3D you need money to survive, it was a major part of your decision making. So where do you go to get that information? Checking your birth charts and all that stuff is very, very essential. But to do the spiritual work as a spiritual being, that you're already on a spiritual path, you need to know what you need to be doing within you. What chakras can you work with that will enhance you bringing this energy out, and being in alignment with it, so you can gain your wealth, right? So for you guys, the special key, and which in this case is your chakras, is the throat chakra and the third eye chakra. It is highly essential for your throat chakra to be functioning, because somehow your wealth surrounds talking, expression, communication, all right? Standing in your will and controlling yourself, being assertive, speaking your mind, not giving up, moving slowly in things that you're doing, but steady, staying steady, and allowing yourself to attain the things that you want. Whatever it is, it's connected to communication. It is connected to Mercury, business, that has to do with communicating something that allow people to get to know who they are. Okay, so the more you do this, the more you get to know who you are and express who you truly are and understand yourself, the more you've opened the doors to you attaining wealth or becoming financially settled. That wealth to me is not just about being filthy rich and having all the money in the account. So if you're taking care of you don't lack anything, and you feel good, and you have a decent job, and you have enough to do everything, and it's like not having to worry about money. To me, it's my definition of wealth. Okay, if you're not worrying about how you're going to travel and have enough money to do this, and everything you need comes to you, you are a wealthy being. If you have all the assets and the people in your life that allows things to happen for you, you're wealthy. If you are strong and healthy and you're not sick, you're wealthy. So it's about the way you see this. So you guys, your throat chakra, you need to meditate and make sure that it's open and balanced and in alignment all the time. Use the gemstones correlating to the throat chakra. Wear a lot of blues. Focus on chanting and using sound to energize the chakra all the time, so you have a lot of that flow, that energy there to enhance who you are, to get to know you, to understand your language and your businesses and all this stuff, because the throat is Mercury. All right, so like I said, your mind, intellectually you got it. So you got to tap into that and use that to create this wealth for yourself. And also, the third eye chakra, everything you're putting in your mind, you're connecting it to the universe. So you need to really use your third eye to create your imaginations, to visualize your ideas, to visualize your plans, to continue learning. What are you putting in your mind? What are you looking at all the time? How much do you meditate? How do you connect with the universe and the cosmos? This act, how often do you do it? You need to do it. You need to constantly meditate. Meditation is highly necessary for you. So believe it or not everybody needs to be spiritual or to open their spiritual chakras to be able to become wealthy, depending on what you came here for. But for you guys, definitely your third eye chakra is necessary. Okay, so you need to open this chakra. You need to make sure that your spiritual chakras are open to help you to accumulate wealth and to be financially free. You know what I'm saying? So it's really like no way out. You're already here watching tarot, so I assume and I know that you're on a spiritual path. So you need to do the work. You need to do the work so you can open the doors. These are the keys for you, my Capricorns. Now moving on to your talents, it looks like you guys got two cards here. Okay, you guys don't understand. You have Saturn and you have Jupiter on your side. Who doesn't want Jupiter's blessing? You naturally come with Jupiter's blessing. So long as your plans and your ideas are in the line of thinking like a visionary, you would always have Jupiter on your side. So you have lucky. Papa Lucky on your side already. Daddy Lucky is on your side already. Jupiter is on your side already. Don't forget that Jupiter will expand and open up everything that you're doing. So it has to be something good for Jupiter to expand it. You have to give Jupiter what Jupiter wants, so that Jupiter will bless you. And that is you being inventive, having an expansive way of looking at things, broad thinking, being wise, using your insights, being curious and courageous, philanthropic, especially philanthropic. If you don't give, Jupiter will not give you anything. You got to be benevolent. You got to be humble, idealistic, conceptual, knowledgeable. All this is part of the ninth house. These are the elements that you need to incorporate. The world is filled with possibilities. So this is what Jupiter is about. If you are in alignment with Jupiter like this, he will make sure that you don't lack nothing, and he will make sure that you are always set when it comes to your finances. And that is your talent. So must as well just step into that and think like a visionary. Look at how she's looking at it. She's also has optimism, because I feel like the sun is right there. All these are elements that are that you need to pull into your way of being. You got the mind there with its messages, which is also talking about the throat chakra, communication, because the bird to me in this instant is representation of communication. You got the sun, which is all about your fire energy and the inspiration, which is part of Jupiter. You got your emotional balance, and you're sitting on stone, so that is groundness and all the green around it. And so you got all your elements together. Everything is balanced. The water is settled. So you got to know how to use the elements. You got to know how to work your magic. You see what I'm saying? And then you got the administrator here, as your talent, as a certain, person, which you're already being controlled by Saturn. You have to think like an administrator. You have to think like a leader. You have to think of growing in whatever it is that you're doing. If that job is not going to promote you, get out of there. If that business is not making you step up and do the things that you need to do, then that's not the job. It's not challenging enough. If it's not pushing you to stand firm, this is about you balancing your spiritual power with your physical powers and make things happen for you, using these two worlds to your advantage and manipulating it and making it happen for you, but it's about moving up. Okay, so these are your talents that will help you to accumulate that wealth. When it comes to those of you who are already entrepreneurs, because I'm always gonna say that it's not a job cannot always make you healthy. Majority of the time, entrepreneurs are the ones that turn out to become wealthy, or people who are doing both, doing their little side hustle with their job are most likely going to have more money and more security, right? So for those of you already in entrepreneurship or doing stuff on the side and whatever, the advice the guides have for you is for you to conquer. So with the conquer, the advice they are trying to tell you is that you have the strength to overcome all challenges on your path to emotional and financial freedom. Keep going, be unstoppable. So you're not supposed to back down, you're supposed to keep going. Even if you slip, like she's climbing this, if you slip, the bungee is your spiritual, or the thread that is holding you. I don't know if it's called bungee. The threads that are holding you is your spiritual power and your spiritual team holding you, and your own will holding you. So you're not gonna fall anyway. You're not gonna crumble like that. You might slip off a little bit, but they got you because you are on a spiritual path. You are held together. So all you gotta do is keep climbing. You don't really fall like that. I don't remember falling flat like that as a spiritual being. Even when I'm going through a death phase, I can still see that I'm alive. Not physically, if you guys understand what I'm saying. I can still see the beautiful things that are blooming for me, even in the death phase. And you need to be insightful, and you need to be in your mind, thinking deeply in a hermit kind of mode. And you need to have a third eye vision. You need to have that intuition to realize that even when you're going through a death phase, you are actually going through an up phase, and it's there. You just see, you just know, you can feel it. You know that things are bubbling up in the right way, and so you're never really going through a death phase. Actually, when you go through a death phase, I think that is deeply profound. It's a deep spiritual space, and it takes a certain awareness and certain wisdom and knowledge and certain spiritual power to be able to see through that stuff. It's not always very glaring, but if you look past your pain, you can see it. Just like how you get insights when you're starving and going through fasting, that's the time that you can even think clearly. Isn't that always amazing during those times? So it's such a powerful place to be. So you conquer, rise, and continue rising, and don't ever think that you can't go. For you, the entrepreneurs, I don't know, I got drifted into talking too much about that, but it's all good. Now they are also advising you to brainstorm, so keep fresh ideas flowing for your business. If you feel stuck, take some quiet time with your journal and write down everything that comes. That's the advice they're giving you for the entrepreneurs and those who are trying to do something on the side. The destiny helper that you have on your wealth and abundance growth is Leos. Leos are good to you. They tell you things. Maybe if you act like them and step in their strength and confidence, you would win. Maybe if you take pride in your work and work on your creativity and express yourself, which it is, Leos are about expressing themselves. You can't stop a Leo from shining. You can't stop a Leo from doing what they want to do. And that is kind of what you need here, because you have the throat chakra, and throat chakra has a lot to do with your personality and self-expression, whether it be creativity, whether it be, you know, language, whether it be whatever it is, you have to express it. So these energies and the fifth house element, what is in the fifth house? You know, caring about children, caring about creativity, caring about being loyal, caring about leadership. What else? Standing out. What else about Leo? Charismatic, being charismatic. Even gambling, you know, all belongs to the fifth house. There's quite a bit in there, you know, romance, all those things are part of the fifth house. So implementing all these energies of the Leo house, or befriending Leos and learning from Leos, you know, are all going to help you, you know, which is also bringing in the sun element. You know, you may need to spend some time in the sun, do some sun gazing, do your rituals with the sun, you know, stuff like that, you know. So they are helpful to you, and they are your destiny helpers when it comes to wealth. Okay, my Capricorns, let's move on. Let's look at your financial situation at this time. You know that you're going through changes in the way that you are receiving money. I feel, you know, I feel like some of you are okay, doing well, you're settled, just like you don't have financial issues at this time. But there are some changes that are happening for a lot of you as well when it comes to your money. Some of you are undecisive about, you know, what job you want to do, or maybe you have too many options, you know, with job and ideas, or what you want to start on. Whatever it is, these changes are going to move you into a better place, but you are kind of stuck and confused at this time. So, you know, you're gonna have to go through these changes. I guess you're gonna have to figure it out and not get stuck in this place, and so that you can move and flow with your finances. But I feel like, you know, you guys are not in grave danger at this time. I feel like your finances are alright, with the exception of the fact that you're going through a period where you are rearranging and going through some changes when it comes to the way you're going to make money and the way money is coming to you. But ideally, you guys have the Queen of Discs, so some of you are doing good. You got savings, you're taking care of yourself, you don't have, you know, any issues, with the exception of, you know, these changes that you may have to make, you know, when it comes to your finances. You know, that's all that I'm getting here. The obstacle that you're facing when it comes to your finances, you know, is quite a bit here, my Capricorns. You guys, you know, I feel like a lot of you are distracted with romance, indecision, losing your, you know, wanting to be so happy, you know, enjoying your life so much that you're distracted, you know, love, relationships, and indecision, wanting to be in a relationship. You have the Lovers upside down, you have the Hangman upside down, you know. To me, a lot of you are also caught up in your emotions too much. All you think about is how you feel about, you know, your finances, or about whatever relationship situations. It's just all of this stuff, and refusing to see things from a different perspective sometimes, you know. Some of you need to make certain sacrifices so that you can get your finances in order, but you're not doing that, you know. Some of you need to just calm down and stop, and you're not doing that as well, you know, so that you can see things clearly. You're refusing to do that too, you know. So these are some of the things that are going on here, that are holding your happiness. I say your happiness, your money back, you know. Trying to be in a relationship or whatever. That's what I'm thinking and feeling over that, because the solution the guides have for you guys is that you need to, you know, get over your disappointments. You need to stop focusing on what you've lost and what is not working out the way you want it, when it comes to your emotions and how you feel about your life, or even your finances. It could be about your finances, not necessarily about your relationships and love life, you know. Get over your disappointments pretty much, and start appreciating what you have. There's so much that you could be focusing on. All right, so it's about being grateful and not thinking negatively about things in your life. All right, that's what I'm seeing here. The overall advice that they have for you is that moonlighting is something that you should be looking into. And this is talking about you starting to work on your dream career part-time whilst you still hold a job, you know. So that's something that they are saying that will help you to, you know, get your financial goals in check and attain that wealth and abundance, be in that flow the way you want it. The last advice they have for you is successful funding. For those of you who are in entrepreneurs and stuff like that, it looks like the money you need is going to come to you. They're saying that your idea is divinely guided and supported by the same infinite wisdom of God that gave you the idea. So do not allow money concerns to prevent you from turning it into reality. So crowdfunding, partnerships, and other investments are available to help you. They're saying go ask for the loans, partner up with someone who has the money, you know, who you know, do what you gotta do. Don't let money stop you, you know, from stepping into this energy of creating abundance, you know. So that's all that I have for you, my Capricorns. Thank you all so much. I hope this has brought you some clarity and, you know, helped you to move forward with your wealth and abundance. I will definitely see you all soon. Bye bye.